Hi, students. How's it going? It's Mr. Rose. Today, we're going to talk about the ocean. Summer's coming up, and it's a time when people head out to the beach. It might be a little bit this summer before anybody gets to the beach, but it is a time when the oceans warm up, and there's a lot of activity in the oceans. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today and maybe draw some fish in the ocean. Now, fish, when they're a lot of fish, not all fish, but a lot of fish travel around in large groups. And these groups of fish are called schools of fish. And there can be hundreds and hundreds of fish in a school of fish. And these are mostly smaller fish. And so smaller fish in the ocean, basically the rule is the bigger fish eats the littler fish, right? So if you're a little fish, you're kind of in some danger of getting eaten by a larger fish. Like dolphins like to eat little fish, sharks like to eat little fish, and it can be kind of scary for a little fish. So what they do to stay safe is they travel around in large numbers. So if there's more fish, they're safer from those big fish, right? So we're going to draw some schools of fish, right? And then we're going to maybe draw two schools of fish, and we're going to add the numbers from both of those schools of fish and write on our drawing how many fish we have total. We can write the amount that we have in one group of fish, and then the amount of we have in another group of fish, and then write the total amount of all the fish that we have. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to draw some fish. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just draw a few fish, okay? And just like all the other drawings we've ever made, we figure out what kinds of shapes do we need to draw in order to make it look like what we want to draw. And in fish, it's super simple to draw these little fish, right? And we're going to use a shape that we use all the time. We've used it in drawing all different types of animals. We used this shape when we drew flowers, and that's the oval, right? It's like a long circle, right? It's a circle that's kind of stretched out. So there I have an oval. Now to draw a fish, it's really simple. I take that oval, and then on the back of it, I put a triangle, right? And the point of the triangle kind of is cut off right there, but it's like the back part of a triangle, and then I could just put an eye right there, maybe a little mouth, right? And I have a fish. So I'm going to draw a bunch of these fish, right? I'm going to draw 10 of them. And they can be different size. They don't have to be the exact same size, but usually in a school of fish, they're about the same size. So try to make them as close to the same size as possible. Like this one's a little smaller than that one, but they look like they're the same kind of fish, right? So I'm going to do another one there. Okay, so I'm going to do 10 of these. And they're all together. They're grouped together. That's the thing. They travel very closely together in a school of fish. So if a big old fish, one of these big fish like a shark or some other kind of fish, tunas are big fish too. A tuna, that's a big fish that might come along and try to eat one of these little fish. So what we want to do is keep them close together so they're safer. If one of them swim out by himself, he's all alone, right? Or if one of them is a girl and she swims away, she doesn't want to be away from her buddies, right? So let's see how many I have right now. I don't know if I have 10 or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I have 10 fish. All right, so that's one group. This is one school of fish. Now I'm going to make another school of fish over here because there'll be different schools of fish traveling all through the ocean. All right, maybe I can take any number. I'm going to say take any number between 5 and 10. Okay, so I'll make 7 fish over here. Maybe I'll make these fish go in the opposite direction. So they're going to pass by each other and they're going to say hi. It's kind of like when you're in your class and you're walking down the hall, right? And all of your class together, right? Say this is KO1 over here, right? And then 103 is walking by and they say, hey there, hi KO1. Oh, there's a lot more of you guys than what's here on these fish. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Put this one back here. 7. So we have a school of fish with 10 and a school of fish with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 10 plus 7 is 17. Now before I write the numbers on there, I'm going to write the numbers on there later. I'm going to draw some more details for my ocean, right? Like maybe I'll put the water up here, some waves. I think a lot of you guys know how to draw waves, right? And then maybe I'll put some seaweed. Seaweed's kind of easy to draw, right? You just kind of go like this. You just kind of go squiggly lines coming up. Squiggly lines. All right. Maybe some more seaweed here. Maybe a couple more over here. All right. Maybe I'll do some bubbles coming up. Couple more bubbles. And what else? You know what else I could put in here? I could put a picture of a crab. All right. And I think we've drawn this before in class. I know in some of your classes I have. Now the crab, I'm going to use the oval again, but this crab's going to be a little bit bigger, right? So he's got oval, and then his eyes sit up on top, right? And then he's got 6 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I'll give him little dots for his eyes, right? And then he's got arms that come up like this. And then it's like he's got kind of almost circle. They're almost a full circle. You don't close it. And then inside the circle, you put a little triangle. And it looks like he's got little claws. And give him a smiley face too. Or you can make it like kind of like give some eyelashes. It's a pretty crab. And then if you want to color these in, this could turn into a super colorful drawing. I would say the crab would be red, right? And then you could make these fish all different colors. All different colors. Like fish can be any color. They're kind of like flowers. They come in all different colors. And if you want, you can color the ocean blue. It's up to you. That's a lot of blue. You could just, if you want, because it might be hard to color around all those fish, you could color this all blue. You can also just kind of like make the waves blue up here. This would kind of give the impression that they're in blue water, right? And then it saves you coloring around all in here, because that would be kind of hard. I might make the fish have some orange stripes maybe, right? They could look kind of like, just give them some orange stripes. Maybe this group will have orange stripes. And the other group, I'll make some other color. I'll give them orange stripes. All right, so to like contrast in there, maybe I'll use A little black for an eye. There we go. Yeah. And then I got red for my crab down here. With the crab, leave the eyes white. Color the body red. You can make the arms red. And definitely make the claws red. But leave those eyes white. You don't need to give our pretty crab red eyes. She'll look tired. All right, oh, and the seaweed, that's green. Now, I remember one of you guys was making a sea drawing one time and put some coral in there. You could do that too if you want. It just kind of looks like an underwater sort of tree or something. You just kind of put some branches down here like this. Right, something like that. You do a little of those if you want. But there I have an underwater scene, right? With 2 schools of fish. One school of fish has 10 fish. And one school of fish has 7 fish. So 10 fish plus 7 fish, right? I'll write it up here. 10 plus 7 equals 17 fish. I'm writing upside down now. I think I can do it. 10 plus 7 equals 17 fish. All right, so have fun drawing your underwater scene, and don't forget to count.